All right, guys, this is it. You've heard me ramble. You heard a lot of talk. And now it's time to put our money where our mouth is, so to speak, because this right here is the last episode before the tailgate tour.
You serious?
I talk some trash. Kevin talks some trash. We got a little bit of a bet on the line, and well, we put our best foot forward. Put our whatever saying you want to come up with. At the end of the day, we just got to finish this done OBS. All right, guys, we got the truck sitting here behind me looking amazing. I mean, we got a ton of work done on it last episode. And, well, we jumped around a bunch, and I explained why on the Tuesday morning tech tip. But we've kind of reached that point in the project where these things happen, right? So we got her washed up. Guys, there's no wax, there's no buffing. This thing hasn't had wax on it probably since the 90s. And for a work truck, forget about it. I am planning on doing a little buffing. We'll see how that goes. We got a couple little things, some safety things to finish up for the inspection. We'll see how that goes. We've got some cool stuff to do to it, which we'll see how that goes. But so we're gonna jump around, guys. It's gonna happen. Similar to last time, I got some more parts in. You see a whole bunch of them on the shelf back there. So we're gonna similar. I got some parts I can start off in the back, like we did last time. And I think I can just keep going and going or something. But that's not going to happen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a part off of the shelf over there. And if we're in the situation where we can put it on, we're going to put it on. If we got to wait till after inspection, we'll do that. There's a couple things we might have to wait on some other parts. They should be here the next couple of days. Guys, today is... it's Stone Cold Steve Austin Day. So, with that being said, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. As you guys may or may not know, I'm half Irish. My mother is actually first generation. So, we're going to do a little celebrate. And no, it's not the stereotypical every Irishman's going to get drunk. Although I might. It's a green truck, too. Huh. Anyways, let's get back on track. I'm not going to say we're going to lose a day, but we're going to lose a day. No, we're not. I actually got plans. And then I got a couple of days off to finish this thing up before we got to meet Kevin and do the thing. So we'll see how this all goes. We're hoping for minimal distractions. But we also know how that goes. So maybe I should shut up and start putting parts in this thing. All right, I am going to start back here because you see we got these license plate lights just hanging, right? That's not going to pass inspection. And they're probably going to break pretty soon. So, but this is where things come. Before we just pop them in, we got to clean this up around here, guys. You see it's kind of some rust coming through and whatnot. Get that lettering off it. So... we're going to hit that with some chrome polish, and then we'll put this together, and then we'll look for the next little thing that's going to actually make a difference in our lives. All right, we're going to start with a little, we call it a greeny weenie, but this is maroon goon. I don't know. Get this off, and some of this rust that's here should come right off here. Oh, look at that, huh? This is a medium synthetic something or other. Yeah, right off. It was never there, right? You guys, I'm not pressing on this at all. So don't be getting after it with all sorts of stuff you don't got to, right? A little bit of gone. This rust is probably actually around the same. And it's one finger, guys. I'm not getting after it hard. I'm just taking this crap off of it. Clean it up a little bit. Make it look good. Do I worry about right here? License plate's covering it. But if you guys remember from the junkyards, it was just pulled. These things rust. So, you know, kind of prone to it. So if you can get it off before it gets bad. Look at that. It's gone. Just a little bit of rubber with this thing. Now you got some little scuff marks like candy. So we'll use a little bit of this here in a second. After we get the rest of this, we're all set. All right. Now, a little bit of chrome polish. Probably not the right way to do it, but it works. A little buffety buff. Oh, God, that was close mofo. All right. Now we're keeping it professional, so we'll use the other side of the rack. Yeah, that's the way you do it. All right, so the back bumper's 100% set. Only thing left we have to do back here is, well, we're gonna try and do a little touch up here a little bit and then put this little bezel in there. We got that guy, but after we buff it out, because why put on trim pieces and then buff? It doesn't make any sense. So, well, we gotta get rid of this guy. And actually both of them, because they are pretty ugly. And we got some new ones in the boxes over there. However, we're not gonna put them on yet because, well, the same reason we're not gonna put that bezel on. So we'll yank them off. I think we'll yank off the wipers because we're gonna do some buffing here, guys. Not tonight because I don't have any pads, but tomorrow on the way home. Because I wanna do that. I'm trying to do somewhat of order, guys. I just got off the phone with the guy. Tuesday, say Sunday, come and put the windshield in. So obviously when I buff this off, I'm gonna sling some stuff on the windshield. Let's sling it on the old one. That just makes sense. So, like I said, I can't do that tonight, but the next logical thing to do is, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. You guys already know, right? If you said jump underneath here and pull out these tow hooks that somebody put onto a 6-cylinder truck for no reason at all back in 1994, you'd be correct. Let me get the other one. Blue Loctite. Dope. All right, so clearly we got those off. And I think it looks a lot better. We'll probably stick those over in the pile we got over here. Actually, you know what? I think we got another one like over there of stuff that people buy for some reason. I don't know why. A 2-wheel drive 6-cylinder truck. Like, what was it going to pull out of a ditch? No idea. I don't care. Looks better. So the reason also I had to pull this off, besides that I just think it looks better, one of those 2 boxes there houses a valance to go underneath here. But before we do that, I want to polish this bumper because, I mean, I don't want to get polish all over brand new black valance. But more than that, guys, we're going to have to do a little cut. Well, I'm not cutting that out. Don't think I'm getting crazy. I'm just going to buy a new bumper someday. What I want to show you is we got hardware from holding the old valance on that ain't coming out. This stuff is... Yeah, so we're going to get that stuff off, polish this guy out, and then we'll, pull that guy out. So now that I did a little bit of thinking, those hooks might have been there to pull the 2-wheel drive truck out of the ditch when it went into the snowbankers. Why do I care? God, see, I dwell on stuff. I don't know. So, hey, quick question. If one of those houses or stores or keeps or is holding on to a valance, what do you think's in the other box? Now, if somebody guesses it right without waiting until the end of the video to find out, we'll shoot you some stickers. We got some new ones, guys, so maybe something a little different you ain't got already. So before I literally polish this turd right here, Megan hit me up and dinner's ready. So there's a solid chance I won't be back till tomorrow. I think we already know the answer to that. So I ain't giving no stickers away for that one. But, you never know. All right, guys, another beautiful Southern Maryland day. Who wants to take a bet? Is it the 17th? You think did I make it down here on St. Patty's Day? No. No, I did not. And it had nothing to do with the stereotypical, the Irish guy had to go out and get drunk. It's funny. Some days I'm Italian, some days I'm Irish. Actually, every day I'm both. But all American, and that's what matters, all right? But my grandmother told me that. What was I saying? Before I got nostalgic. Yeah, no, I didn't go out and get wasted, nothing like that. I'm an old man, apparently. I sat down in a chair when I got home from work and fell asleep. That's what happened. And didn't make it down here. But we're here today, all right? And we already just got after it. And you can't tell by anything behind me. If I walk over here, maybe. Yeah, I got all of these very nicely rusted. Yeah, they're all out. And now we're going to try and clean up this bumper a little bit. It's terrible. There's really no saving it. I mean, maybe if I own like a chrome shop or something. Why bother when you can buy one off Amazon for about $150? So we're eventually going to do that. We're going to try and make it look nice in the meantime. So that's a long way of saying that. So we're going to start by trying to get this little mark right here off, all right? We're going to grab a little bit of steel wool here. Just do a little, it's not steel wool, it's synthetic steel wool. We're going to do a little squirt. Look at that, guys. Somebody rubbed a corner or something, and it's coming right off. I almost did that a different way, but caught myself. Now, is it perfect? No, you're going to see little scuff marks, a little, little whatever. But it looks better than it did. Look at that, little buddy. Hey, little buddy. He'll keep away the bugs I don't like, so we'll let him stick around. Look at that, guys. Look at that. 2 seconds, right? Okay, maybe 6. But That's all gone. Look at that. All right. So that little tiny, a little more than pound there. I scuffed something up there, huh? So, here are all those marks. We're gonna go over with this stuff right here. Guys, I swear by this stuff. This stuff right here makes chrome look amazing. It's like $8 or something like that. Maybe not that much. It lasts forever. I've had this forever. Like my entire life. It's only my second bottle. Like I just said, I'm old, so. All right. I'm going to go around and do that with all the little spots on here. And then we'll throw some polish on it. All right. I polished that spot out. And it looks good. You can see a little, right? Looks a hell of a better than it did. You can see my reflection, my ripped up jeans and nasty ass shoes. Anyways, took the bracket off there. Make it a little bit almost as annoying as this thing rolling, but no. And yes, you can still see that. Guys, I'm pretty far down if you guys see that. So I'm thinking the shine looks good. And once we put that valance right there, I might take a little, that really high dollar chrome spray paint or something. Just, we'll see. It is what it is. It's better than it was. And it's as good as it's going to get until we replace it. Let's see what we do with this hood. All right, so the hood is what it is. There's a bunch of chips in the front of it, right? There's scratches and swirl marks. There's a bunch of junk in the paint. It was sitting out for a hot minute. I mean, it is what it is, guys. It's got some shine to it, so that's not bad. It's got, I don't know, some kind of touch-up, clear coat cracking. It's a 31-year-old work truck. Can't be mad at how it looks. We're just going to try and make it look a little bit better, a little more presentable. Honestly, it's already better than I thought it was going to be. So hopefully we just don't make it any worse. All right, we're going to take a page out of Dan's book from DD's Speed Shop. We do that a lot, but here we says start on the right-hand side. In case you screw it up, you won't see it every time you get in. Solid advice, guys. But let's get her in. Fun fact, when you buy new stuff, take that thing off. Works way better. I used all my old stuff on the kid's caddy. Sure she's living on somewhere. Whoa, almost got me. Lubrication is key. Check it out. Guys, the swirls are out of it. There's stuff still there. I got it. I'll go over it again. But guys, come on. Compared to Right? Can't argue with results. So let me tell you how yesterday was. Clearly, it's a new day, and guys, another beautiful Southern Maryland day. Yesterday, in fact, was so beautiful that while I was buffing the truck out, I did get it all done. I'll show you in a minute. But guys came and put the windshield in. Flawless, by the way. Well, could have been catastrophic because if you ever see them take a windshield out, they got like a Sawzall type thing with the scraper thing. Go in there and cut all the glue out. And that was sitting on the dash. Kind of crept up in the windshield there. We found some other similar findings when we cleaned the interior out. So clearly, good old boy truck. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just wish I would have seen it before he was in there getting after it. But everything's fine. They knocked that thing out in about 20 to 30 minutes, guys. It was incredible. I'm going to put this, I got their card here. Local guy, right? BDR. Awesome, awesome people. And best price in town. As Jay said, Safelite don't need my money. I'm going to take care of the local guy. And that's what we did. And they took care of us, guys. I'll show you that in a minute. So right about the time they were done, because it was so beautiful out, guys showed up on the motorcycles, and you know, we might have tapped in over there a little bit, and I still kept working. I got the other side. I'll show you. I'm gonna flip you around so you can see what's going on here. This thing buffed out, amazing. I was here till kind of wee hours of the morning, and yeah, I what's they say? Pictures worth 1,000 words. Check it out. Now, yes, there are scuffs and scrapes and stuff like that, but we're going to do a little bit of paint correction down the road here. I thought this paint was dead. The shine, amazing. The depth and clarity, awesome. And it actually, as you guys know, this came off a different truck than everything else. It's real close to matching. It looks worse on camera. But trust me when I say in person, close to matching. There's a windshield. Still got the tape on it, 24 hours, got to leave it on there. I can't believe this 31-year-old work truck paint that was clearly neglected and just beat actually buffed out. And I didn't use anything crazy, guys. I got that high-speed buffer from Harbor Freight for like $60. By the way, it's the wrong pad on it. I actually got a polishing pad because that's all they had. We blended this a little bit. Let's see what happens there. I got to blend the bottom still. And Harbor Freight, this was like $11. Got the whole thing done nice, and like I said, we'll do a little bit of paint correction. We got some ideas to kind of clean up this region here. I ain't mad about it at all. Like I said, this video is going to be weird. It's going to be some inspection stuff, some cool stuff. I think this falls under the cool category. And, well, now we got to get into the inspection. Because, as you guys know, I don't know if this is an inspection problem or not, but no key in there. That's just bad business. And we're going to be in here right now because of this guy. So this here, turn the turn signal on. You hear it clicking. You got to push it up. Oh, push it up. Oh, there we go. Now it starts to work. This side works fine, but that won't pass. So I got one of those million boxes over there. We got the new turn signal switch. So we're going to pull this wheel off and get into all that. You know what? I think before we do that, I'm going to save that. Let's swap out these mirrors first. Can you guys tell I'm kind of putting off gutting the whole steering column? Yeah, it's true. But I don't think this was all that much easier. We got these nice new mirrors on, so they're nice and super shiny. The cheapest ones I had on eBay. But they fit good, look good. These 3 little bolts hold them on in there. However, you gotta take all this off. Wasn't too bad. Now that I know what I'm doing, I'll show you as I do the other side. All right. I love having roll-up windows until I gotta pull this thing off, you know. But cheap little guy right here usually makes easy work. It's either super easy or you fight it forever. There's really no in between. You come from behind. Right. Oh, look at that, you see it? Right off there. Dope. Over there. This little fella over here. Start to pull this guy off. Nailed it. And no, Wade, I'm not taking that off. So somebody already took like 3/4 of this off because this guy's broken off. He's gone. After these are already disconnected. All right, let me start by saying that I hope the kid didn't make you watch all that and he time-lapsed it or something. But the other door did not fight me at all. The other door didn't look like this. So we do have a little corrosion. Not a huge deal. We'll knock this down and rust convert it, and then we'll tape it off real nice like. And treat it, prevent it, all that kind of stuff, and move forward. All right, guys, I guess I'll give you a little explanation like what that was all about. we did the old rust conversion there. See, we blocked it out. I wasn't sure. Yeah. Letting that cure right now. It's the second coat already on there. This stuff is great too, by the way, guys. If you don't know, I use this a lot. Mainly because a lot of my stuff is rusty. Got to use my favorite tool in the whole wide world because I had to shorten a screw. Very little skinny guy. Should probably go ahead and fix this compressor at some point in the game because it's leaking out of the gauges. But now over here to the makeshift workbench that is actually really comfortable. Went to go put this back on. Now you see that's the back of the one I haven't cleaned yet. Guys, it's a good time to clean all your stuff up. It helps with corrosion. It helps with a little bit of everything. So we had it got bad, so we replaced that. And probably should have showed this beforehand, but see, I put this little screw in right here. Well, this guy right here went whoop, and it drove me bananas. So I mean, obviously they're evenly spaced. It's not missing any staples or anything. I did try to just put a staple in it, but no bueno, wouldn't go through the plastic. So we drilled it and put this little tiny screw in there, cut it flush in the back there, nice, so you can see. I'll show you what it looks like. This way it doesn't interfere with anything. See it there? There you go. Should be all legit, and well, we'll put it back on that side over there while we continue to wait for that side to cure. All right, so I'm going to show you what I did. We did exactly what I said in the last clip, only you know me, we threw a little food in there too. So while this was curing, we shot up to the house, grabbed something to eat. Got to give a huge shout out to Maggie because I've been down here kind of getting after it, and she just always makes sure I have food. I mean, can't beat that, right? I'll flip you around and I'll show you how it all came out. Man, I just can't get over the shine. All right, so obviously this mirror is mounted. We're leaving the plastic on it. We'll wait till it's all done before we scratch it, you know? But door panel's back on. Brand new armrest, thanks Nick. And you see this is all nice and lined up. All good to go. And we kept old Wade's favorite part of the whole truck. We're all good over here. Sometimes I like opening and closing. We also gave it the treatment that we did on a Suburban, guys. Took all this weather stripping out, cleaned it all up, and made it real nice. So over here we got the driver's side. Did the same thing. Wiped it all down. Replaced a couple of these little clips here. So she's ready to go back on. Did the same thing over here. Wiped everything down. We're going to do some paint match over here later. Don't worry about that. See, she's all... Same thing, we pulled all that stuff out. Wiped it all down. Somebody's been in this door. This didn't want to cooperate. We had to do a little doing to get it out, and then got some new hardware, or new to this truck hardware, we'll put it that way. This was all tore up. We sealed it all back up, cleaned everything up, and we are now ready to put the new mirror on. I wanted to show you this because it's kind of the difference between, clearly these are two different types of mirrors. These are the work truck mirrors. These are the Silverado mirrors. I like them better, guys. That's all. If you notice, this one had this gasket in here and a separate one right here because you see this little trim, right? Well, let me see if I can one-handed do this here. All right, and one more. Gonna get it. We got it. So, well, this was a little bit better than the last one. This here doesn't really fit the same. See, it's got the same separate trim in there. But just kind of wedge this on there, right? This is clearly not weatherproof, guys. This, so what I did with the other one is I reused this one. Take this off, reuse this one, and had a little bit of weather stripping left over from the tonneau cover on the Tundra. That's why you don't throw stuff away. So we put this in here. I'll show you when it's all done. That one is, and yeah, let's get rid of this. This is, we already had corrosion problems. We don't want more. But like I said before, guys, cheapest one's on eBay. The mirror itself is nice. The hardware looks real nice too. And this is all cured up. So I think we'll take this guy off. Maybe. I think we will. I'm confident. Confident we will. Yeah. Confidence is growing and almost 100%. All right. Let's slap it on. Yo, like for real. This is how you know we're getting towards the end of a project. Because my workbench never looks like this. Anyway, here's what we want to talk about. Got this guy off. He can go be with his brother from the other side in the trash because that's about all it's worth. We got the rubber one here, the original GM one. Luckily, it's still pliable. It's not ripped or nothing. She pops right on there nice, and then we trim this up to fit nice in there. So it's pretty much a mirror image of how this was set up, but on a nicer looking mirror. I'm sure if you bought the stock GM ones, it would come set up like this without that guy. I did not. Like I said, cheapest ones on eBay. So you get what you get, right? I like the finish on it. It's real nice and shiny. It looks legit. Fits good and everything like that. If this is the only place they skimped at, I'm good with just reusing the other one. So first and foremost, she ain't cracked like the other one was. But she's a little shiny. I'm going to go ahead and actually say maybe just a little bit too shiny. That's that China shine on it, you know? But it looks a lot better than the other one. I like it's a little more sleek. They look a little big. You know, it kind of looks like what my father used to say. Like a taxi cab with the doors open, right? But I like it better than the other ones. They do make those 454 ones, right? I mean, they're like this big. You can't see nothing out of them. And actually, I think they're a little too small. If they made ones between this size and the 454 ones, that's what I would get. But yeah, 1,000 times better and not broken. So dope. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I've been trying to put something off to the point where I actually cleaned the whole workbench and swept the shop and all sorts of stuff. But eventually, guys, you got to pay the piper, you know? So we're messing with this turn signal switch. Already took the horn and all that kind of stuff off. Obviously the wheel. And here we are. So here's your switch. This is your turn signal, the whole assembly, and then a wire that goes down there. The wire that goes down there and all that is why I've been kind of dreading it. If you guys remember on a Suburban, all this was taken apart and we had no idea how to put it back together. We got a clue. This is a similar setup, so yeah, I'm not too excited about it, but I'm not too worried. And here looking at it, I think we figured out the problem, because this is your contact, right? You see all the crap that's in there? So that's corrosion and who knows what else. 31 years of ugh. But the new part showed up. I was going to get real lazy, guys, and try to just clean this out. And then I probably would have cracked something or lost something, and it would have just been worse. So, pull this screw out. First, I do this so we can gain access to this guy. Pull that guy, these guys off. This will all come out. We got to change this anyways because, you know, that's still happening. So, it's got to come out either way. Might as well stop playing, as they say, and just get after it. I just noticed this when I was looking this over. That does not instill confidence in me. However, open it up, and it is in fact a turn signal switch. We're gonna push forward. Just wanted to show you that, guy. That's always worrisome. I think we figured out the problem, guys, and I want to show you because so we got this little spring up here, nothing here, and we're missing a little tab here. Here's a new one. Got that tab that comes out, and it's got that little spring. That makes sense because this is probably what kind of holds it right in place for going to, because we go up, which it is right now. Yeah, go right, it works fine. So when you come left, you got to kind of mess with it to make it work. So it's like, I'm thinking this isn't hitting in the right, you know? This has all the pieces. You can tell it used to be there. So, yeah, I think we figured out the problem. All right, guys. Things are not working out the best. That's in the morning. We're still at it. So, let me tell you how this went. I do not have tilt, which I'm fine with. There's less moving parts. I don't even use it in the vehicles I have that do have tilt. But the video I was watching had tilt. And there's a couple little differences. So, if you're actually going to do this on a vehicle that doesn't have tilt, do not. There's 4 bolts. The video, I'll link the video. It really was really good until there's 2 bolts down here. They're black, you really can't see them. And then these 2 those screws I put in as guides. Because when I pulled this little coupler thing off, which I really don't think I needed to, if you look, it is very tight to slide the wires. See where the wires come through? So that's why I had to take it out. I don't think I had to, though. So, there's a lot of moving parts in here. There's this guide pin up here. There's a thing for the high beams. Then you got your wires come through. There's a plate in the back that kept falling out. That's why I put these bolts here, or these screws rather, as guide pins to hold that in. They're holding in that plate. Then I could line up the steering wheel lock, and there's another lock here for the shifter, and lots of stuff. What I'm saying is, I don't think I should have pulled out these 4 bolts. And I fought this for hours. I mean, it's for real. It's like, I was pretty sure I was going to spend the rest of my life right here. But if you do make the mistake I made, 2 guide pins to hold that plate in, you can kind of move it around and get it in there. We got it in there. We're going to put it together. I just want to give you a warning and let you know that this video is going to probably run a little long because things are not going as planned. But we're going to make it. All right, guys. So things have escalated once again. As you can tell, we're a little more in depth. Last time, this guy was on there. But this is actually a good thing. Because you see this here, that pushes the pin in and out that locks the steering wheel. And this is what actually goes down to the starter switch, which is way down there next to the high beam switch. That's what that bar's for. It's actually better. The way I had this thing kind of wedged on here before, no way this guy was getting in here and doing the things it's supposed to do with the key. You know, see it's actuated? It's actually actuating right now, guys. We got that fixed. However, This guy is supposed to be in there. So we got to take it back apart. That's the bad news. And it's definitely Sunday night. Can't make this stuff up, guys. This is the kind of crap that, you used to watch Overhauling and that kind of stuff. And, oh my God, we're going to, we got to get it done. The stuff really happens. All right. So if I had this to do over again, and I've said it a million times, I wouldn't have pulled those 4 bolts. I should have just kept wrestling the thing, which I knew I should have. Guys, my whole life, every time I listen to somebody else, when my instincts tell me not to, I end up in this situation. You'd think by now I'd learn, but more confidence maybe? I don't know. You're going to see this here on an upcoming tech tip because a couple problems. This is a 94. 95 started the new interior. Everything became electronic. That's what everything out there is on. I was able to find a diagram and some other things, and it took some searching, guys. I have been messing with this since Friday morning. Yeah. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I got up to the house at 9:30, slept for a couple hours, went and hung some blinds up. That was pretty dope. And then kind of got back right after it. Talked to Jay, talked to Kevin. Old Wade had a little bit to weigh in on. He was busy, guys. I'm going to tell you more about that later. But between the diagram and what Jay had showed me, or talked to me about, is how I got to where I'm at right now. Kevin has pulled his apart, I think 4 times in the last month, and kind of been down the same road. I think his is a little different. I believe he has tilt. But, yeah. A lot of times, guys, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to leave it ghetto. I don't care. I can make it work. I'll throw historic tags on it, which doesn't require inspection, and we're just going to get after it. Try to do something right. I'm not telling you not to do things right, but... All right, so I'm about to continue to work on this. We should be on our way to Tennessee right now. You see, we're not. There's a lot of other stuff that I want to get done on this truck, hence all the boxes. It is what it is. And we're going to keep getting after it, guys, but you're going to have to tune in next week to see how this all works. Or does it work? Only one way to find out. But, guys, like they always say, if you want to have the coolest thing in the parking lot, you better be ready to put in some work. And sometimes that work means touching things you probably shouldn't have touched and opening up a can of worms. This too shall pass. Thanks for watching, guys.